Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version. Today we are in gym number 2, the water gym, and a lot of you guys turned out for this one, so I really want to start by just thanking all of you guys who showed up and created teams and participated this week. It means a lot that you guys are still so excited for this, so we are going to jump right into it here. We went up against Yan Megist and this is I think this is Chimichang Bro from YouTube, commenting on that's his name in the comments and stuff at least. And so he leads off, and he's got a very interesting team. All of you guys had really cool teams put together this week. You know, there's I think water is easily the most represented type in the entire Pokedex, but you know, you guys went out and made some very cool varied teams, which was awesome. So Bandit comes in here and finishes off that Chinchou. Tortimer the Gray comes in, and there's a couple of turtle Pokemon that were present this week, and they had it going there with the name references. So Tort's gonna take down Bandit. Fumesy comes in at that point, gonna easily tank the Aqua Jet, throws up that Clear Smog, takes down Tort, and he's gonna go down. Robbie T, the little tadpole guy that I can't remember his name right now, Seisma Poly something, yeah, that guy, he goes ahead and wrecks Fumesy there, getting that Rain Dance up. Several of you guys tried the Rain Team thing here. I think only 1 or 2 of you really got it going effectively, and we'll see those battles obviously up here in a minute, but yeah, a lot of people trying out the Rain, which is very cool because it's, you guys know me, I don't really do much with the setting up and the weather and all that. I really need to do that. I really need to build a weather-based team, but I just have not ever really done it. At least I've done it once or twice, but nothing real serious, more for a gimmicky purpose. Shelly comes in and wrecks Blackavar. Glyph comes in, is able to set up the Magnet Rise. I was just kind of hoping and praying that was gonna work, that I would be faster. And so Glyph's able to come in. He's able to get it going. I set up the Recycle there. Shelly does some hard damage, and so I'm like, well, before we are in a place where we can't do it again, let's get it going. And so we get that going, which is good because that saves us there, heals us back up to full. Shelly's using the Recover though. My Magnetism wears off there, which worries me for a second, but they don't. Chimichang Bro doesn't recognize that, or at least doesn't think to go for the Earthquake attack there, and then we're able to defeat him there at the last second. So thank you so much for your battle there, Gym Trainer Chimichang Bro, and we will see you back here next week. Let's check out what the next battle has in store for us. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go, battle number 2 up against Gym Trainer Scad. And I mentioned that some of you guys use Rain pretty effectively. I think Scad is... Ooh, excuse me, my voice. Scad is one of those guys who really was able to get it working for him here today, so he brings in Raymond. Mantike is one of those Pokemon that I've used recently on my Something Fishy team, and he's a great specially defensive wall. Not as good with the physically defensive, but still very good. Blackfire is able to do some good damage there. I bring in Bandit to kind of clean up with the extreme speed, as I did in the last battle against the Chinchou, but unfortunately the Rain Dance boosted Ammonite's going to be able to take out Bandit there. Fumesy comes in at that point. Scad switches into the Will-O-Wisp, which is very, very smart on his half. Then Squirt wakes up, which is unfortunate. Zelda is going to be able to come in and get the close combat going, lowering our defenses. And then the knockoff's going to come and get rid of the Choice Scarf, so we lose our speed advantage there, but we're still able to outspeed Squirt and take him down with an Earthquake there. Then Andromeda comes in, Glyph's going to come in to take that. I figured the Psychic's coming at that point, and Glyph can handle those very well, so then we get the Volt Switch, but again, Scad predicts that. This guy Scad knows what he's doing. He comes in with the Volt Switch, or the Volt Absorb to negate the Volt Switch. Toadette then comes in at that point, throw up the Giga Drain. I'm like, alright, whoever's coming in, Giga Drain's gonna hurt, so we go ahead and do that. Toadette gets back up to full health. Steve comes in with the Ice Punch, which does hard damage to Toadette. And then I'm gonna bring Toadette out, bring Fumesy back in, looking to set up the Will-O-Wisp here. And so we're gonna throw that up, but they're gonna switch into Lyra, who is a special attacker, so it's not really going to do us a whole lot of good there. Fumesy's gonna come back out, Zelda's gonna come back in. This whole battle is just this whole dance, trying to get the upper hand. But Scad, I mean, especially with the rain, the Swift Swim and these other abilities, Torrent and other things like that, it's just so hard. It's so hard to compete against that kind of stuff. And I'm still using like lower level, you know, early root kind of Pokemon for the most part. So I'm not able to combat the sheer power that Scad brings to the table with this Rain Dance, Swift Swim, Ammonite thing. Whew, buddy, he wrecked my face. So, yeah, good game, Scad. Thank you so much for participating and always putting so much thought into your teams and really making it a challenge for me. Let's check out what the others of you guys have, because there's a lot of you, so we can't spend too much time lingering. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Battle number 3 against Trainer Mac. And Mac is in here. He leads off with the Downpour. And this is what I'm saying. Some of you guys had, I mean, look at this. This team, I don't know if I've seen, maybe Barbaroach was on one other team or something like that. But I mean, so many unique Pokemon. And it's easier with water types because there's so many freaking water types. But yeah, it was cool to see all the unique teams in here this week. Zelda took a hard hit, so Zelda's going to come out. A Slowpoke's can throw up that Psychic. So again, predicting the Psychic, bringing in Glyph. Glyph can handle those pretty well. But he predicts the Volt Switch, brings in Bark. So we're going to switch on out, bring in Fumesy. The Magnitude comes up. I'm pretty sure Magnitude's actually special. So I don't know if Fumesy would have, the Will-O-Wisp I don't know what would have done. It's a ton of good besides just, you know, progressive damage. But the Downpour comes in, does decent damage to Fumesy. For Fumesy, of course, it was a special attack. But Fumesy's going to come out there, bring in Toadette, who can handle those a little bit better than Fumesy can at this point. And the Downpour is going to continue to take some damage before going out there, bringing Slowpoke back in. Slowpoke's going to take a hard Giga Drain, though. Again, kind of luckily with this team, you know, Toadette can pretty much throw Giga Drains up at any point and do some good damage to people. So then the Seal comes in, Seal with the Fake Out there, doesn't do much. Misclick there, getting the Fake Out from Seal. And so we get the burn up, then we're going to bring in Bandit. Bandit's going to take that without a whole lot of trouble. And then he's going to set up the Belly Drum here, which is going to get us back up to full health. And then I think Bandit might do some work. Let's see, we get the Extreme Speed going there, finish off the Downpour finally. Bark comes in, hits us with a Magnitude there. Magnitude 6 doesn't do a whole lot though, and Bark's going to go down to Bandit's Seed Bomb. Then Seal comes in. I'm going to get out of there. I'm thinking that Seal is Ice type, which I don't believe is the case at that point. He might be, but I was worried that which is dumb. I don't think Ice actually resists Grass, so I just in the moment I was thinking, okay, let's get out of here. And I don't like doing sweeps necessarily if I don't feel I have to. Glyph comes in at that point, takes a hard Earthquake from Chubbs there, which I think is Mac's starter, so that played nicely into this battle. And so Chubbs is finally going to get the burn landed from Fumesy. And Fumesy's going to take a couple of hard blizzards there, get hit by the hail. He's going to hang on though, gets the flamethrower thrown up, doesn't do a whole lot, but at this point we just are avoiding switching somebody into a free hit. So Fumesy's going to go down at that point. Zelda comes in, and she's going to land the close combat there on the Ice-type Chubbs, and take him on out. So a good battle there. Thank you so much, Mac, for participating this week. Another good gym trainer battle down. Let's see what everybody else has. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go up against ECAT this week, and again another fun team here. Lots of threats. Everybody seemed to be finding the benefit in Surskit though. Saw a lot of Surskits coming. Toadette's gonna throw up the Leech Seed, things like that. Surskit wakes up on the second turn, which is disappointing. I'm hitting Toadette hard, and Toadette's gonna get a little bit of her health back there from the Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Poison Heal. And then Boyle's gonna hit the Berry Juice and heal back up. So Toadette comes out there. The Sticky Web comes out. So I think the only person who successfully landed the Sticky Web this week, which is always such an annoying thing to go up against, but that's because it's so useful. It's so useful. So congrats to ECAT for getting that going. Zelda's gonna land a second close combat there and take out the Viola. I think I was just figuring, you know, stab's better than nothing. So there we went. Then we've got the Jellicent come in. Bandit's gonna come in, get his health or his speed lowered, his health lowered too, and then he is gonna end up dying to the Jellicent there. Blackavar comes in at that point. Getting kind of worried about this thing. This thing's got a lot of power, but we do get the home claws set up there, and we're going to go for, I think, the Sucker Punch at that turn, but it's not going to work out for us there. Bruce is going to take a hard Sucker Punch, though, before Blackavar takes a Zen Headbutt and goes down. So Blackavar down, which is one of our harder hitters. But Zelda comes in. Zelda's definitely the lady that we rely on a lot. And the Defiant from the speed lowering gives us 2 times attack, which is awesome. Helps to offset some of the other issues that we're having there with the speed, the toxic, and the lowering from the close combat and all that jazz. Fumesy comes in, takes that Dazzling Gleam, which I expected to be coming given the previous performance. But a hard critical hit Shadow Ball really hits Fumesy hard. We do land the Will-O-Wisp though, which is good, at least for progressive damage there. And so that works out. Glyph comes in at that point, gonna get the speed drop. Takes that Scald, does not resist it at all. Actually really, really painful there from us. But we are able to land the Volt Switch. We live long enough for that at least. So able to take out that Jellicent, which have been causing us so many problems. Zelda then comes back in now that his main counter is gone. And we're going to start throwing up Earthquakes there to take down the Chinchou. So that works out pretty nicely. Michelangelo, again, going to get Earthquaked. No Sturdy on this guy, which was surprising. But there are other ways to run Tortuga, so that works out. And Zelda's able to finish up there with a little mini sweep to finish off the team. So, whew! Again, some of these powerhouses, you know, taking down, Bandit's out, Blackavar's out, Fumesy's out. At that point, it's like, ugh! But, yeah, a great battle there. Thank you, ECAT, so much for participating this week and putting together a cool team. But we took down Gym Trainer ECAT. Let's check out what we can do in the rest of the gym here, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Ooh, a little bit flip of perspective here. I'm in the top right there. Nurion comes in with the Lotad, so I think this is the first actually a lot of firsts. First Lotad, first Wingull, first Froggy, or Froakie, first Primplup. So yeah, some good interesting Pokemon here. Blackavar gets his home claws up, takes out the Slowpoke with the Sucker Punch there. Get the Poison Jab going though after the Chinchou. Worrying, I think at that point that knowing the Earth Power was coming that they would switch into the Wingull, but they didn't do that. Wingull comes in with the Fly. Fumesy's going to absorb that pretty nicely. The Fly is going to continue coming in here, so going to be hard for Fumesy to really land a hit there, but we're able to finally do it, and we get the Will-O-Wisp going there. Lotad comes in at that point, uses the Pain Split, or no, I use the Pain Split, right? I'm like, wait, Lotad uses the Pain Split? No, we use the Pain Split to get a little bit of help. The perspective screwed me up a little bit. But yeah, so we take a Bullet Seed there, and then the Clear Smog is going to go ahead and clear out Lotad. So that works out pretty nicely. Piplup comes in, another another Pain Split will get our health back up a bit. The Whirlpool going to be doing some damage to Fumesy, but nothing that he can't withstand. Froakie comes in. Froakie has the ability to be mixed. He can either be a physical or a special attacker. Usually it's special, but I figured I'd throw the burn up anyway, at least for, like I said, that regular damage. The Ice Beam lands hard on Toadette. I don't think Froakie is actually Protean, so I switched Toadette out, bring Zelda in, expecting to maybe get a super effective hit here, but I don't think we're going to get it. But the close combat's so strong on Zelda that it doesn't even really matter. And Froakie's going to go down. Then Piplup comes back in, get another close combat up, takes down the Piplup. So, I mean, that's just such a strong move. 120 base power, I think, is that. So plus you have to then include stab and all that. It's a pretty good move. Glyph comes in, gonna take a Fly from Wingull and then hit the Volt Switch and finish off Gym Trainer Nurion. So yeah, thank you so much for the battle, buddy. Thank you for coming back week after week and jumping in here for us. A great little team. Nice to see some unique little water types active in there. Let's check out what the rest of this gym has in store for us, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go up against the last gym trainer for today. We're going up against Red Wolf, and he's got Young Boy Tortoise. So as opposed to Old Man Tortoise. And Toadette's going up against the Squirtle, gets the Spore up. Squirtle stays asleep, so we're going to get the Leech Seed going, all that kind of stuff, just to get our health going back again. Squirtle's going to wake up at that point, set up the Rain Dance. So again, Red Wolf going for that Rain Dancing stuff here as well. But Toadette doing some good damage with the Leech Seed and the Giga Drain, able to take down Squirtle, get its health full back up. That Ice Beam comes in, super effective hit. Horsies can be dangerous. you get the right items and abilities and stuff on them, a lot of crits. So I think I got lucky there that that Ice Beam wasn't a crit. We were able to land that Spore and get Horsey down pretty good before Toadette got taken out to another Ice Beam. Blackavar comes in at that point. We are going to set up our home claws there, trying to get some stuff going with him. And we get the Poison Jab going. Horsey's going to go down. Jaws comes in then at that point, and I guess similar naming conventions there between Red Wolf and ECAT. ECAT named his Bruce, which was the name of the shark in Jaws, so there we go. But we were able to land the Poison Jab, take down the Carvana, which works out nicely, and then the Drill Run there takes out Old Man Tortoise, his Tortuga, and so again, no Sturdy there. I've only ever run Sturdy Tortuga. I'm not sure what the other sets might be, but Fumesy going to take a hard Crab Hammer, going to land the burn, thankfully, which is going to nerf a little bit of Krabby, but Krabby's still going to have some pretty decent power to mess up Fumesy there before Fumesy takes him out. And then Chin Chow is going to come out, throw up that Thunderbolt, easily takes out Fumesy, who is physically defensive. Zelda then comes in with the Earthquake and finishes off Grand Fisher. I love Zelda. Zelda's been such a pivotal... I just kind of threw her on as an afterthought when we first were building this team, but she's been such a pivotal member to this team with her many different coverages and things like that. What an awesome little Pokemon. I'm surprised you don't see it more out in Little Cup. But yeah, anyway, that was the final gym trainer for today. Now we have to go up against the gym leader. Let's see what they have in store for us here. Let's go. Alrighty guys, here we go up against Gym Trainer Nougat and Gym Leader Nougat, I should say. And Gym Leader Nougat led off, switched into Skeletor. Toadette was able to put Skeletor to sleep, and then Zelda's going to come in with the close combat there, do some decent damage, a little more than half, so that works out nicely. Skeletor is able to wake up though, throw up the Stealth Rocks, and do some good damage to Zelda there with the Aqua Jet. But the close combat is going to finish it off. But the rocks are up, which are going to be a bit challenging. We get another Froakie here, who's unfortunately going to go down immediately to Zelda. Zelda's kind of in a position though where her defenses are so low that as soon as she doesn't one-shot, as she didn't right there, it could spell trouble. But thankfully, Hakuna Matata went to set up the rain, and so Zelda was able to withstand another hit. But there we go, the Scald. I mean, a breath of air would have killed Zelda at 0.2 defenses or whatever. So Toadette comes in, the little Poliwag thing here throws up Substitute, which is going to protect it back there, but Toadette's able to rip through that Substitute with the Giga Drain, no trouble. So that's pretty nice. Toadette, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently, even if it's on a Substitute, Giga Drain will heal up. Because Toadette was getting some health back from both Giga Drain and Poison Heal on that, even though we were hitting a Substitute. Then, after the Politoed goes down, Shelder comes in, and Shelder scares me. He hasn't set up the Shell Smash yet, but just the fact that it exists scares me, especially with that Icicle Spear. It's such a thing. And then here comes the Shell Smash. I switched into Glyph briefly, but knowing that Sturdy was going to be broken by the rocks, I was like, I really need somebody in here who can do some damage. And so I brought in Bandit. Didn't quite get to the point where I wanted to with him, but he did survive long enough for me to be able to get 2 extreme speeds up before he was going to be taken out by the Icicle Spear. At which point I brought in Fumesy, and I knew Fumesy could survive just long enough, hopefully, to be able to at least cripple this thing or get rid of his stuff. The critical hit there scares me quite a bit, but Fumesy hangs on. We get the Clear Smog up, which is going to at least remove those status effects, but also we luckily get the kill there. Chin Chow comes in at that point. We set up the home claws there with Blackavar, and Chin Chow's going to use that Thunder Wave to get the paralysis going. Hits us with a hard Thunder. Blackavar withstanding it though, and hitting Egoraptor with the Drill Run, which hangs on with the Sash, but then the Sucker Punch is able to kill it there. Whew! This was a tough gym. You guys had some great teams. There was a lot of battles that I was like halfway through, I'm like, I'm going to lose this thing. And I was able to pull it out. I think Scad was our only loss this week, but a lot of you guys had really awesome teams. And it was just, in some cases, just sheer luck that I didn't that I didn't go down to a lot of you guys. So thank you guys so much for your awesome battles. This episode is so long because you guys said we had so many battles here. So let me quickly jump over to our spreadsheet and we'll figure out what we're doing next week. But thank you, Gym Leader Nougat, and all of you guys who participated this week. You know, Red Wolf and Scad and ECAT and Nurion and Mac and Chimichang Bro, and I'm sure there's somebody forgetting, but just all of you guys, thank you so much for participating this week. Let's see what you guys, if you choose to participate, will be taking part in this week. So let's check it out. Alrighty guys, here we go. We're quickly to determine what we're going to be doing next week because it's been such a long episode, but that's an awesome problem to have. I mean, so many of you guys are so interested in participating, and it also means that we had so many good battles. Most of those battles went into the mid-20s at the very least, so a lot of good turns there, and so it's awesome when we have a lot of battles that are actually really good. So it's gonna make the episode longer, but let's quickly figure out what we're doing. So we have to generate 1 through 6 rather first. So let's generate that. So we've got 2, which is gonna be a root trainer. All right. So then we have to let's quickly gotta bring the root trainer into view here. All right. So now we have 1. Whoa. All right, there we go. Now we have 1 through 12 we need to generate, so let's do that. 5. So it's a grass. Well, let's do something. Let's find something more interesting. There we go, a cave. We've done a grass root recently, so let's do a cave battle. So we're in a cave, and we are going up against a root trainer. But now we are. So now we are going for the NU tier, though. So let me quickly, let's get those colorized there for a second. So we are doing a root trainer battle in a cave, and it's the NU tier. Because of the way our rules work, you know, the next gym we're going up against is the tier that we're using until that gym has been completed. So that's why we did nothing but Little Cup for a long time now. These first 2 gyms were Little Cup. I love Little Cup, but it was, you know, also just because that's how it's working. Now the next gym is NU, so we're going to be using NU for a while. So it's going to open up some things. You guys can still use baby Pokemon, but it has to be an NU eligible tier or NU eligible team. So only Pokemon that are eligible in NU. It has to be a legal NU team. Yeah, I think that'll be really interesting. Getting some new tiers in here, shaking things up, should be a lot of fun. But yeah, so build an NU team. Your regular root trainer. In a cave. If you want to make that, you know, determine what your team is, go for it. You also can just ignore that entirely and just build a regular NU team. But you're a random root trainer in a cave, building an NU team. I will see you guys this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, the times and everything are in the description down below. And I will see you guys this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.